everyone. We're back. Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. Hello again. I'm Charles Skaggs. And with me is the lovely and new cat owner,
Yes.
Xan Sprouse. Everyone.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, I have been adopted by a stray cat.
Yes, she didn't adopt the cat. The cat adopted her.
The cat found me, yes. And she's adorable and lovable. And I did not realize this, Charles. I did not know that they called these cats this, but she's black and white, and those are referred to as tuxedo cats.
I did not know that either.
So she's very formal.
Which I'm kind of surprised considering my wife Lori is obsessed with cats.
I'm sure Lori knows it, but it just probably never came up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. It just never came up in conversation. Go
Right.
figure. But yeah, that's awesome, and I'm very happy for your new addition.
Thank you. We're doing the room separation thing, and hopefully we will be one big, happy, non-hissing family very, very soon.
Yeah, because you have another cat,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to get those two cats to coexist.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
they're roommates now, so yes.
Yes, they're fur mates. So
Yep.
my this new cat, my cat that I've had for 12 years, her name is Jess Bell. That's
Right.
Jess-Bell.
Right.
And the new cat is named Ms. Furbottom. So for you guys out there,
So what do you call her for short? What do you call Miss Furbottom for short?
Furbs.
Furbs? Okay.
Furbs, yeah. So for those of you out there who like trivia, try and write in and tell us if you know what those geeky references are for those names.
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Yeah,
I don't. You have me stumped.
Yeah, one is old and one is not American.
Okay, because I know Jess Bell sounds like Jezebel.
It sounds like Jezebel, but it's not. It's JESS-BELLE.
Ooh.
And so a quick Google search will show you. But I say Ms. Furbottom is not American, but that's the American name of something that is not American.
Ah.
So
there's your clue.
There's your clue.
All right, trivia time. So
yep.
See if you can do that. We'll give you a shout out here on the Ghostwood.
Excellent. Yes, and I'm also coming to you from beautiful Independence, Ohio.
Right.
For the 28th annual Pezmania Pez Convention.
And how many of those have you gone to?
I want to say I started coming to this show in 2008, I think.
Okay. So you've
and
been
it's
at this
funny,
a while, yeah.
Yeah, the show's been in Cleveland. Independence is about 15 minutes outside of downtown Cleveland. And the show has been going on, like I said, for 28 years. And I have been collecting Pez for 24 years. So the fact that I never made it to this convention until now was kind of crazy. But then I think about it and I think, well, I started when I was in high school. Then I was in college.
Did you just not know about it?
No, I knew about it. I was in college, a.k.a. broke-ass broke. And then I worked for doctor's offices or bookstores, a.k.a. on the weekends.
Right.
So, or it was just bad timing. The first year we were going to come to this show, Chris woke me up in the middle of the night around 3 a.m. and said, "You have to come downstairs and help me." Our basement was flooding. We lived in an apartment that was, I believe, built in 1954 and still had an original old air conditioner still in it.
Yeah, I grew up with one in my house. It was propped in the window.
No, this is like a gigantic basement unit, like a huge. It almost is like an extra thing of ductwork.
Okay.
It was crazy. No, it was like a quote unquote central air, but from like the 60s.
I thought it was one of those like units that you bought at a store and you put in the window because your house is tall. Yeah. Okay.
That would have been this was like a top of the technology sort of thing. It was that like 50s turquoise and silver motif, Right. It was a cool looking thing, but it leaked. Somehow water would get in and it leaked, and it just was. You open the downstairs basement door and it sounded like it was raining.
Yeah.
So we were up all night bailing water out of the basement. We're like, well, we're not doing Pez today because I am exhausted.
Right.
So, but then the next year we went and did the whole shebang. We got a room in the hotel that the convention was in. We did all the events. We did everything. And it was a great time. And I tell people that the first time I ever went to the Pez convention, I dropped $500 in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I had 2 dispensers to show for it.
Wow. That sounds
Now,
like me.
granted,
That sounds like me at a comic book convention.
yeah, now granted, I owed somebody about $175.
Right.
So I paid them that, but then the rest of it was accounted for 2 Pez dispensers. And today,
That is hardcore.
I was telling my friend Shelly, she and I were talking earlier, that I could very easily, and it's all I can do not to do it, I could very, very easily drop $1,000 to $1,200.
Wow.
And I would have 6 dispensers to show for it. There's a series of 6.
And they're all $200 each?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
they are.
Wow.
And there's one dispenser that I want, one dispenser. Easily $800.
Nice.
Easily. So, yeah, That's
hardcore.
Pez is a pricey. It can be pricey. You know, people see, oh, those things at the store with the candy. Do they still make those little plastic things? And you know, my most valuable Pez dispenser is only about $350. So I don't have a lot of the high end stuff.
Yeah.
And I will say there are some people who I've gone to this convention for, you know, a bunch of years, and I've seen that same dispenser. So it's not like people are lining up to spend $800 for a dispenser.
Now, is there like a price guide, like cut for comics?
Why, yes, there is. There've been a couple. There've been a couple of them. There was the original. That first year I went and I said I dropped $300 and bought 2 dispensers. I bought those from a guy named David Welch, who I say literally wrote the book on Pez collecting.
Yeah.
Because he wrote a book called Collecting Pez. So
that would do it.
Yeah, his was out for a while, and then there was a guy named Sean Peterson who wrote a book. And that one, it hasn't been updated now. I think the last revision there was like maybe 2011 or something like that. So it's been a long time. But there is a guy that comes to this show, and his name is John Laspina, and he puts out his own guide. And it's just text, and it's price guide, and it has a little checkbox where you can say, yeah, I have this one. So you get to go and be all nerdy and be like, check,
nice.
Check,
like
check,
I used to do that with baseball cards because they would come with a checklist.
Yes, the checklist card.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, well, you know, we could spend probably a good solid hour talking about Pez because I have jillions of questions.
I am made of questions right now.
Yeah, exactly. So before we get into, because we will do that. So yeah, we're going to talk about some Twin Peaks.
As Charles has already seen, today I bought 50 Pez dispensers. So in an hour, like literally in an hour, I got.
And you said you blew through half your budget.
Yeah, maybe I said that. My budget's not that huge this year, but still, it's
Oh, did I forget to mention I'm recording this? Yes, yeah.
Everybody knows I'm crazy when it comes to. I
but
think
that's why we love you.
I think every time my mother goes in my Pez room, she looks at every dispenser and just is adding things up in her mind.
Right.
But I don't collect. I don't want jewelry for birthdays. I don't do.
With my mom, it's like Hummel figurines.
Yeah, I don't do Hummel figurines. I don't do precious moments. I don't do. I don't do that much Funko. I mean, I do Funko. Oh, Charles, did I tell you that Funko is making a line of Pez Funko?
No. You're doomed.
I am so screwed. The only thing that is even...
You better hope it's a very limited line.
Tomorrow night, there's going to be a raffle. And if I win that raffle, it's going to be amazing. That's my only hope. But yeah, wow. Funko Pez. I'm like, no. I'm screwed. I am really screwed.
That's like the double whammy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, again, yeah, we're going to talk about some Twin Peaks, everybody. So we're going to talk about the One-Armed Man, a.k.a. the 5th episode, a.k.a. the 6th episode, if you're counting how they were aired on television.
Episode 5, the 6th episode.
Episode 5, the 6th episode, yes.
Right.
As we talked about last time. So, this was from May 3rd, 1990. Written by Robert Ingalls, directed by Tim Hunter.
All right.
Not the Tim Hunter from Neil Gaiman's Books of Magic, too, either, so forget that. But, this is a notable one because we get the introduction of 2 characters. We get the introduction of David Lynch as Gordon Cole,
Oh, Gordon Cole.
Although he doesn't quite yell in this episode because I don't know, just they haven't. I don't think they got the yelling part
Maybe not.
yet, but
Or maybe
because
Shelley was around.
I don't know. I don't know. And we also get the introduction of Chris Mulkey as Hank Jennings.
Ugh.
We saw his picture last episode, but this is his actual appearance.
And that is nothing against Chris Mulkey. He does a great job. Hank is horrible.
Yeah, Hank is just a horrible person, and it's a good thing he was killed in prison, right?
Yes, that is a good thing.
So,
not as good as Leo being killed, but pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
We almost got an introduction of a third character. Here's a little trivia bit for you, everybody. There was a deleted scene that would have featured Linda Carlson as Colleen Hurley, a.k.a. James's mom.
Oh, James's drunken party mom?
Right. And apparently, from what I read, they tried to rework this scene in a later episode, and that got cut.
Well,
so we had two chances to see James's mom, who we never see in the show.
I honestly think it's better that way.
It is, but I kind of would like to see.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, but still,
because I would like to see her interact with Ed.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I think
I'd at least like to see a picture to know what she looks like.
There's that, but I like that James is the lone wolf this way. You know, I think it adds more to James's character.
Makes him more enigmatic.
Makes it make more sense why he tries for the mommy figure later. You know.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right. So yeah, I got a little trivia bit there. So we are ready to do our commentary once again, and we've decided to sync up just after the credits, after the written and produced by David Lynch, created by David Lynch and Mark Frost, and it fades to black, and this is just before you see the trees outside the Palmer house.
All right.
So we're paused on the black screen. So if you want to sync up along with us, that's a great place to do it. So we'll count down. Everybody get your fingers ready on that play button. And we'll start here in 3, 2, 1. As we see the trees, starring Eric Dare. And meanwhile, at the Hall of Doom.
Meanwhile, Laura Palmer, homecoming queen. All right, I'm just going to turn away before we have to look at this drawing.
Yeah, you can't look at the drawing either. It's just like so we have it like Sarah Palmer sketching or giving Deputy Annie Brennan notes on how to sketch her mysterious person that she had a vision of at the foot of Laura's bed.
Maddie's serving everyone coffee and freaking everyone out because she looks so much like Laura. He looked like an animal. And, Leland.
Yeah,
I think
like a bunny.
I think we're lucky that Leland is wearing pants in this scene.
Yeah, he just kind of shambles in.
Yeah. Oh, and Leland is very, very obviously Bob right here.
Yes, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can just tell by the face.
You're going to love this.
Yeah, he's all snarky and trollish.
Mm-hmm. So I think he's very, very obviously Bob in this one. And so she has a vision that the vision they're talking about is the end of the first episode where we see the flashlight in the woods at night, that the gloved hand that digs up Laura's necklace that James and Donna buried. And so as we see here, Donna's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I've been found out.
It's like, oh, ruh-roh.
Yep. Here's everybody's favorite soap opera.
Invitation to Love.
Well, back to that for a minute. Back to that.
And here's a zoom in on Emerald's cleavage.
On Emerald's cleavage. And her emeralds. It's a zoom in on the emerald.
Oh, I got it. Yep.
You get it now?
Yep, I get it now.
I
like how she pets Chet's hair, and then she's like, ew.
This episode always... Yeah. And Lucy is all wrapped up in it. But yeah, back to the drawing about Bob.
Yeah.
Lucy's glued to it. This episode always confused me because, again, like I said, I saw the European movie.
Right.
So when they're like, "Have you seen this man?" I'm like, "Cooper saw this. You guys were there. What the heck?" And so then I figured it out. I was like, "Okay, wait a minute." That's when I found out that this was a European movie. It wasn't the same pilot, so that makes sense. Oh, and yes. So what's going on, Lucy? And Lucy recaps the soap opera, and he's like, "No, what's going on here?"
Here, yeah.
Classic Lucy. Lucy is mad at Andy.
Yeah, she's just totally shading Andy right now.
She's calling him Deputy Brennan.
No kiss?
No kiss. He couldn't spend the night last night.
Yeah. And here's Dr. Jacoby doing magic tricks with a golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Cooper is not impressed with your golf ball magic there, Dr. Jacoby.
He just wants to know why he was seeing her, but as we all know, patient doctor privilege.
Yep.
So, also with that image of Bob, didn't they make T-shirts of that? Have you seen?
Yeah. Have you seen this, man? I want one of those. I won't wear it around you, but
wear it under something, please.
Yeah. You can't even handle the sketch. That says a lot.
Well, the sketch just reminds me, and like the sketch is almost worse because the sketch is like what you remember Bob looking like in your mind, all frenetic and terrifying and crazed looking. So, oh goodness.
Yes. We have Jacoby like looking at the map of Tibet and immediately turns it about him and Hawaii.
In Hawaii,
as he pronounces it, Hawaii.
Oh, jeez. And the aphrodisiac qualities of Ginger. He's just kind of not anybody you'd want to.
No, he's very creepy.
I don't know if he's creepy. I mean, I don't feel.
He's a little creepy.
He's skeevy, I think. Yeah. Because I don't feel threatened by him. I don't feel like I'm in danger when I'm around him. I just don't want to be around him.
Yeah. Right.
And, kudos to you, Russ Campbell.
Yeah. Secrets.
He has secrets.
Like a session with Rick Astley.
Oh, please don't use the word penetrate, Dr. Jacoby.
Right.
So gross.
Don't sell yourself short, Doc. You're a terrific failure.
Yeah. So I can't tell you about Laura, but she had lots of boys around, and yeah. So, did you have sex with her the night she was killed? He's like, no. Like, and you can tell he's really disappointed by that, which is just skeevy. Very, very skeevy. Oh, red Corvette.
Little red Corvette.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Again, we're making Leo out to be really good for this murder.
Yeah.
So
he's a bad boy in a flashy car.
It turns out all he really wanted was a maid he didn't have to pay.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little later.
So, just a reminder to everybody out there, Gordon Cole, that name is taken from the movie Sunset Boulevard.
Right.
In Sunset Boulevard, the Norma Desmond character comes to the lot where Cecil B. DeMille is directing something.
Oh, yeah. Cooper's performance review, I guess.
Oh, yes. Albert's new best friend, Harry Truman.
But you see how muted he is? He's not like Normal Gordon here. He's not like yelling, Coop!
Maybe Cooper has the intercom volume turned down.
That's a good point. I didn't realize that, but you're probably right. He probably in the process of turning it on, made sure to turn the volume down.
Right. He said, "Okay, this is my supervisor. Let's turn this down to 4." Yeah. So yes, Gordon Cole sees Norma Desmond drive onto the lot in this amazing old antique car, and he keeps calling her to try and see if he can borrow her car for a movie.
Right.
But she thinks that he's calling about her horrible script that she sent to Cecil B. DeMille, and she's like, "I don't want an assistant to call me. I won't talk to anyone but DeMille, blah, 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 blah." So it just sort of adds to her insanity. So that's where Gordon Cole comes from.
Yep. Good. So Andy brings in the sketch of Bob.
Mm-hmm. And gross, Cooper.
Yeah. He is so into urination.
See, look, I mean, that's a fantastic drawing. He's
like, wait, That's Jared Leto. Jared Leto.
So here he's talking about how his dreams and Sarah Palmer's vision were connected.
Yeah.
So that's when I figured out, okay, that was a dream sequence that I think was re-edited, and then somebody explained it to me. Because when I was watching these on videotape, this was back before the internet, so I didn't really have a way to Google this and see what was really going on. The Timber Falls Motel, that's probably a classy joint, right?
Oh, yeah, it's like their finest one-star hotel.
Oh, I would stay there, though. Look at that place. That's so cool.
At least they have a maid.
Something
Leo would approve.
Leo would approve. Well, he has to pay that one. He doesn't like that.
Josie's being the paparazzi.
Josie is there taking pictures of Benjamin Horne
and Catherine.
And Catherine Martell.
And Catherine's giving Ben a back massage, which just makes you go, ew.
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 Yeah, seriously. Gross.
Gross.
They're just up to no damn good.
Right.
And there's nothing necessarily wrong with Richard Beymer. It's just we know where he's been. We know where the character of Benjamin Horne has been, and he's just sleazy and disgusting.
If Catherine was smart, she'd be getting checked for like venereal diseases.
And he's one that I feel is dangerous. I would be afraid to be around him.
Right. Well, because he's all about power.
Right.
Yes.
You know, I think Dr. Jacoby is just creepy and will like lean in too far.
Yeah. Right.
Benjamin Horne will rape you. I mean, he's a terrible, terrible human being.
Hey, that's my middle name, Gerard.
Is that really your middle name?
It really is.
That's amazing.
You learned something today.
I did.
It's not very interesting, but yeah.
I think Charles Gerard sounds very, very aristocratic.
I'm glad somebody thinks so.
It's very hoity-toity sounding name. I like it.
Yep. I'm glad you approve. My mom will be happy that you approve.
Excellent. I'm realizing that
Andy drops his gun. Jeez.
Andy probably never has to even hold his gun for anything. If this were this is the type of police force.
Cooper's come on, man.
This is the type of police force that you see in bad movies.
Yeah.
Where somebody they only use their gun to scratch their head or move things around or something like that.
Philip Gerard has one arm.
Yes, and this is literally a one-armed actor too. This is not a shove your arm in your pants and tuck
at least they got got an actual one-armed guy to play a one-armed guy.
Yes, he really only has one arm. Oh, and what's this like?
What's this poker chip? Thank you, Mr. Jackpots. Thank you,
Mr. Jackpot. Yeah, that's $1,000. That's
$1,000 chip.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I would just leave that there for the maid to pick up, just under the bed. What's in the vacuum? Oh my god!
Maybe she could get a new job before to leave her job.
Bob Lydecker's about my best friend in the whole world.
Yep.
Bob's in a coma.
Everybody's in a coma in Twin Peaks.
Well, and what's interesting is that Bob got in a coma right after Laura Palmer died. So crazy things are afoot in Twin Peaks. Oh, look at that awesome hotel room art. That was.
I have to look at it close, because I'm looking at my iPad.
It's like subpar Bob Ross on velvet looking painting. It's fantastic. Oh, there's a TV in there. Yeah, the TV in this room, Charles, I can't get it to turn off. So
really?
I just had to unplug it. Yeah.
Oh, Andy, haven't you caused enough damage for one day?
Andy?
You're going to get time out.
Yeah, Andy needs to just stop touching things.
Really?
New shoes.
Nice.
Oh, here's my favorite line that it's coming up here that the one-armed man ever says. It's about his tattoo.
Yep.
What did it say? It said, "Mom!" And he's crying.
Yep.
Just love how dramatic this is.
Hard to believe this is the same guy that was shouting at Leland Palmer a few days ago.
Yeah, same guy. It's your father!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That is the same
right? Right?
He looked familiar.
In
Do I
Fire,
know him?
right?
No, you don't know him. Do you know him? Oh,
Meanwhile,
jeez.
Twin Peaks High School,
What
and
was
they're like decor. Like, who decorated this school? It's like a heart monitor. This wall
this was
design,
like this is a thing that you saw in schools where
right?
it was like you had to look all like, hey, we're going places, we're jagged, we're edgy.
We're edgy.
It was
Well, unless you're an algebra teacher, I guess.
yeah, or a geometry teacher or something. But oh,
Or a
here we go.
physicist.
Yep. He's an adult, Audrey.
Right.
Yeah.
International intrigue.
Yes, little girl talk about the
Hot secret agent.
hot secret agent older man that just came to town.
Yep.
So, and now we have the budding friendship between Audrey and Donna to try and fit. God, Lara Flynn Boyle, do you even appreciate the fact that you have so much hair? I mean, that's just awesome to have that kind. You don't have to do anything to hair like that except brush it.
Right.
Amazing.
Well, Audrey's just using Donna. She doesn't want to be Donna's friend.
I don't think she's using Donna. I don't think she wants to be her friend either, but I think they both want to find out what happened to Laura. So I think...
Well, I think she's using her for information. They're like, hey, if you help me on this, we can figure this out. Meanwhile, it's just like, well, hey, help me figure this out.
I don't think so. I don't think Audrey is that underhanded about things. I mean, Audrey is lonely and she's a brat and she lashes out for attention, but I don't think she would do that in this case.
Well, remember, the reason she's doing this is to solve the case to help Cooper.
Right, but I think she does also honestly want to know what happened to Laura. I don't think she's...
Okay. It's not entirely selfish.
I don't think it's selfish at all. I don't think it's selfish. I mean, I think there is...
I think there's a little bit of selfishness.
Well, but I think it's motivated by Audrey's loneliness a little bit more than anything.
Okay.
I don't think she's not... And that's the thing. She's not doing it for glory. She's not going to take all the credit or step over Don or something like that. And I think that they both know that they're not going to be best friends or anything like that. Like, they're not in this to be friends with each other, but they both want to know what happened to Laura. And I think Audrey, not only does she want to find out what happened to Laura because she wants to help Cooper, but again, Laura helped her brother Johnny. And Audrey is appreciative of that.
Well, now we go to Hank's parole hearing.
Oh, Hank's parole hearing, which is about as honest.
And here's that skeevy parole officer.
See, and Hank Jennings is he's in bed with the Renaults and with Josie Packard. He's up to 100% no damn good.
Right.
And it's like,
hey, I wore my best striped shirt.
I have 8 of these.
That's true. That's all he wears. Oh, and his leather jacket. With his black leather jacket, yeah. Yeah,
it's very Sing Sing looking back in the... That's a little disappointing now, with Orange is the New Black. They wear those orange and tan, scrubs. It's like, where are those prison outfits that are the black and white stripes that, that the Beagle Boys wear?
The really extreme sheriffs make prisoners wear them, like Arpaio.
Really?
Really.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's Hank with his, Chris in the Morning hair.
Well, and he's also, do you remember the first time Red was up for parole in Shawshank Redemption? Do you feel he'd be rehabilitated? Oh, absolutely. He's just totally bullshitting his way through it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I was thinking more Saddam Hussein in the South Park movie.
Oh.
Where he's going, I can change.
Hey.
I know I've been a dirty little bastard.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Why do you always bring it back around to sex?
But Saddam!
Do you even love me anymore?
Yeah.
Come on, baby. That was ridiculous. Oh, Saddam Hussein as Satan's lover. Jeez.
That was the most insane thing they've ever come up with. That still cracks me up.
Oh, yeah. South Park movie's classic, yeah. The boss is tough but fair.
Right.
And you two would live together as husband and wife? Yeah, I guess so, because my boyfriend's still living with his wife, so why not?
Right.
And that's the.
But yeah,
that's
she's like, well, he's my husband, isn't he? And
Ugh.
like she's Melania Trump or something.
He's getting
she's so thrilled about it.
She's so excited to be married to him.
Yeah.
And how does he get to still have his little domino lucky charm in prison?
That's a good question.
Yeah. See, and he's another one that I'm scared of. Like, I'm like scared for Norma.
Unless there was like a prison domino set and he stole it from the prison domino set.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
how much is gas? Like, is that like 77 cents?
Memories.
It's behind Sheriff Truman's head, but it was it's like Die Hard levels of inexpensive.
They lived above a convenience store, like strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
At the Circle K. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite Bill and Ted quotes.
That is probably the best one.
I love that quote.
That one's really, really good. Well, that and You Ditch Napoleon. Well, he was a dick.
Yep. I love that the sign outside this veterinary clinic says "Aid to the Beast Incarnate."
Oh, here is the absolute.
Is it like the Beast Incarnate? Doesn't it like have like 666?
That's just the Beast.
Right.
This is the best scene in Twin Peaks ever, right here.
It's like
where this. Okay, so we're talking, and oh, that is amazing.
Interrupting llama.
Interrupting, and Cooper just goes with it. Yeah, he just goes with it. Looks.
Well, that was
back.
McLaughlin. I was doing some reading that apparently McLaughlin, they couldn't do a second take because McLaughlin kept us cool, but Michael Unkeen was cracking up and apparently was breaking up so hard that he couldn't do a second take. So they had to go with the first take.
And it's almost even better because it really is so much like Cooper.
Right. Yeah, because he's so unfazed by it. Just like, okay, hi, how you doing?
Kyle MacLachlan just stays Cooper throughout the whole thing, even though the llama's like, hey, what are you doing? Right. He's just like,
yeah, and here's Shelley and Bobby making out.
My all-time favorite scene in Twin Peaks is that llama. Oh, yeah, sorry about that, hypocrite. Your girlfriend was running around while you're running around.
Yeah, we should probably do this.
Yeah. I still think that this is an extremely bad idea to do this in Leo's house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, you can hear his vet a mile away, but how's Bobby going to get out of here?
You do have to admit this scene is really hot, though.
Yeah, I guess if I just wasn't so scared for them.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, so now Bobby.
Well, Shelley's like being like using a little power here.
How?
Over Bobby. Well, she's just. Bobby gets all distracted, and then she pulls out the gun and she's like caressing her chest with it later on. She's like, Bobby, I'm right here.
I don't think she's threatening him with the gun. I think
no. I don't think that at all. I think it's very sexual.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't see it as. See, he gets off on this little rant here.
See, this is where Bobby figures out that Leo and Jacques are in cahoots with each other with this whole cocaine ring,
right? Because
Jacques is Canadian, or Canuck, as Shelley calls him. So yes, she's so okay. Yeah, here. See, this is the thing I don't understand. Look, she just pulls that board apart. Can't he just open the drawer or the cabinet and find what she hid?
You would think. Well, it's like a side panel.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it seems like it's a side panel to like a hutch or a cabinet, so it doesn't make any sense.
It's like a bloody shirt. I didn't get you anything.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, honey. But yeah, because that shirt. We're going to find out later that shirt is covered in Laura's blood, right?
Right. And now it's covered in Bobby's fingerprints.
Oh, excellent. So, I never saw it. But,
say it.
Yeah, so I just think...
Now, Simon says, do jumping jacks.
You would think Leo's house would have better wallpaper and less stupid... Like, all these little trinkets around the house make it look like it's Nadine's house.
Now, here's Shelley pulling out the gun and saying, hey, Bobby, guess what I've got? And now this is where she gets this little smile on her face.
All right, I'm going to tell you people right now.
Yeah?
Most women do not wear their sexy lingerie underneath their waitress outfit.
Shelley is not most women.
I guess that's
I
true.
know that Bobby
but
spits his
still.
gum out on the floor. It's like that, you know. I guess that
You
gum
know
be
what's
like
going
is
to
on
happen?
Leo's kitchen floor.
He's going to forget that it's there.
Yeah.
And then Leo's going to come home. He's going to step in the
Step
gum,
in it.
and he's just
Right.
going to knock Shelley around about it. That's just not nice to do, Bobby. I'm
Not
sorry.
cool. Pretty dumb, really.
So apparently, it's very easy to subpoena the medical records of animals.
You don't chew gum. In this house, we chew this gum.
You chew one brand of gum from now on.
That's it.
First thing you got to do is have a good attitude. That's
Right.
the key. What kind of gum do you chew? Whatever's around. No, you don't.
Right.
You chew this.
You chew this.
What is this doing here? Spousal abuse is not funny, people.
Yep.
If you or you know someone who is being abused,
Right.
there are numbers you can call. Oh, so we're going to find out.
Oh, yeah. And here's Lucy being a bit of a jerk to Andy again because he feels like he totally screwed up. He's like, I feel so dumb. He's confiding in her.
Right.
And she just blows him off. It's like, yeah, thanks for the reassurance there, punky.
Well, and this is one of the things I don't understand about, and this is a thing that you've seen in characters before in movies and television,
Right.
where somebody gets mad at somebody. Okay, spoiler alert, Lucy is mad at Andy because she's pregnant.
Right.
I'm just going to go out there and say it's two to tango, people. You know?
Right.
I mean, this is an obviously consensual, loving relationship.
Yeah.
This is not all
it's not like he like forced himself on her.
Right. She's not, she's pregnant. She's just mad at him about it. She's mad and she's scared and she's taking it out on Andy.
She's taking it out on him, but it's unfair.
And I just love his little Texas accent. She's mad at me and she won't talk to me and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's so adorable.
It is.
Yes, he is from Texas. So.
Oh, you mean Harry Goes?
Harry Goes is from Texas. Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
I love how he can barely even hold the gun in his hand. He doesn't even hit the paper anywhere.
No. Andy, what we need is practice and lots of it.
Lots of it. And here's where we find out that Cooper is an excellent marksman.
Right.
And kind of a psychopath.
Yeah, he's dead shot.
It's just.
Yep.
Yeah. He's kind of a psycho because.
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, Harry asks him, like, you married, and then he goes, like, he thinks about it because you know who he's thinking about. Sweet
you know who he's thinking about.
Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
Caroline.
Yep. A broken heart.
I like how you go for Neil.
He just.
I like how you go for Neil Diamond and I go for Outcast.
Right. Well, you're younger, so yeah.
That's what it is.
And I'm a baseball.
Oh, here's Hawk's little love poem for his girlfriend.
This is like the only time we learn anything about Hawk's love life ever.
Seriously. Diane Shapiro, PhD, Brandeis. Mazel tov. Yeah, 1 miss, 5 hits, 3 kills. And here's Cooper. Okay, listen to how Cooper shoots this guy. First of all, it looks like a smiley face. 4 bullets through the eyeball.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Each eyeball gets 2. Cooper's a little bit of a psychopath.
Right.
I think. Cooper's like Batman.
That's
like
what I'm
one
saying. He is
move.
Well, you remember earlier in the scene he talks about he made some modifications to his gun.
Yeah, seriously.
That wasn't standard issue. Like it was standard issue, but then he made modifications to it. Like it wasn't perfect enough.
Oh my God. Yeah. He is one wrong move away from being the Joker.
We're just glad he uses his powers for good instead of evil.
Seriously, he's like Batman. He's a little bit psychopath.
Man, those codes of the double are big.
Well, it's those lumberjacks. They eat a lot.
They're huge.
Yeah.
That's a manly ice cream cone.
Yep.
For manly men.
Well, you gotta get something to sell the ice cream because who would buy ice cream when that pie is there? Oh. Yeah. Leo doesn't talk. Hits.
Of course, now I'm thinking that because of you, now I'm thinking that Shelley has hot lingerie under that waitress uniform.
Yeah, I like how I pointed out how unrealistic that is and how uncomfortable that would be and how not practical it is. And you're just like, she's wearing black lace under there. I forgot about that.
It's the Y chromosome. I'm a victim of it.
That's what, hey, that's what it's there for.
You know,
And this scene just makes me so sad about these two women.
it does.
Because, the one is talking to the other one about how her husband hits her. And the other one's like, yeah, that's how men are sometimes. Like,
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, my man is getting out of prison.
Yeah, my man's getting out of jail. So it's just they have these horrible experiences.
Well, she has this good line here.
Yeah, I got plans for Leo.
She's like 4 guys between us, and
and nothing. We don't know what to do with any of them.
Yep.
And James is cool.
Yeah.
James has always been cool.
Yep.
We're gonna have a day of beauty.
Yep.
My treat. I love how they get like these ridiculous bouffant haircuts too. It's adorable.
That is pretty funny.
We're gonna go back in time and go to a salon.
Yeah, we're gonna go apparently where the I Love Lucy salon.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna somehow go back in time. One of those salon hair dryers is a time machine.
Right. One of those
here's my favorite line.
One of those big. Oh yeah.
My favorite Dr. Hayward line.
Yes, it's an important line.
Yes. I don't think
SOS, Mayday, Mayday.
Who the hell ever heard of dial?
What, did David Bowie vanish again? We got the Mayday.
Oh, now here, poor James.
Yep.
Gonna see Maddie.
Who's that lady? Sexy lady.
This is enter the Vertigo plot.
James is that meme where you have the guy looking at the hot girl while he's walking with his girlfriend.
No. It's totally not that. He's seeing. It's not that he's seeing a hot.
Maddie takes off her glasses. Supergirl. Oh wait.
Yeah, and I just love. He's like, "You think I look like Laura, don't you?" Yes.
Yes. Only in like the exact same actress kind of way.
Yeah, and it's
Montana.
So seeing a ghost is very frightening. So I think he's more scared and flabbergasted than he is like looking at the other girl like that meme does.
He's gasting his flabber.
I love this. You think I look like Laura? Yes.
Yes, because you're the same actress.
He's like, I'm terrified and I have an erection all at the same time.
Right.
I feel like I have no idea what to do with this emotion.
I am terrified but aroused.
Very, very creepy.
Right.
It is nice of Matt. And what's interesting too is they do, she does a great job of looking like about 4 years older. She's college and.
Yeah. I think it's been probably just because of the brown hair
and here we have the bad news.
Like.
Hank got his parole.
Yep. Norma is a downy clowny.
I just feel bad. I mean, what I think is interesting about Chris Mulkey, I think he's great casting because, and nothing against Chris Mulkey, but hey,
makeover. Right?
Makeover. He's an Everett McGill type.
Yeah.
But he's not Everett McGill.
He's like the dark Ed.
He's
the dark version of Ed.
He's like the white, trashier, stupider version of Ed.
the mirror universe Ed.
He's like the same type of guy, but he's not as good of a man as Ed is. I mean, Ed is a solid, salt of the earth, good man.
Right.
And let's be honest, he's better looking. I mean,
I like how Ben is going like maybe all of 1 mile an hour on his exercise bike, and he's sweating profusely.
You just want to say, didn't you have enough of a workout with Catherine Martell today?
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh, look at that gigantic old cordless phone that had to have the antenna. Did you ever have those cordless phones, Charles?
Yes. I didn't, but my parents did. When I lived in their house.
I never had one with the extendo.
Yeah.
Antenna. I just had one with a little, the 2-inch little rubbery nub. But I had a friend who had a phone like that, and the little nib of it fell off.
Yeah.
And so you'd try to extend it, and then it was like a bayonet. It was this really sharp end on this antenna.
Right. I always call them X-Files phones because that's what Mulder and Scully had in like their first couple of seasons on the X-Files.
Yes, but this one is like it goes to a handset in the house.
Right.
So it's even.
Oh,
it's,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was relay to like a unit.
Yes, it was relayed to a unit, and so you would keep the phone in your bedroom, and like I have a phone in my room, and your parents would be like, "Where the hell is the damn phone?" And then it would have no battery.
Right, the cordless.
You kept the cordless phone in your room the whole time.
Yes.
And like I said, those little nibs in the end would fall off, and that antenna would be really super sharp. It was bizarre. And I am willing to bet that is a Taquini brand jogging suit too, which is that's like the
top of the line.
That's like the Tony Soprano type of jogging suit.
Oh yeah, you know? You're right.
Yeah. So.
The mafia sweatsuit.
And it was such great 80s colors, too. Yep. Oh, you are such a bad father.
Yes.
You're a horrible, horrible, horrible man. And I was really, really hoping things would get better.
Right.
But it seems like things stayed the same. Or, we had a different timeline. I don't know what's going on with this book, but I really, really hoped that he and Audrey could have gotten along and gotten better like they did at the end of this series.
At least she's smart enough not to go ask straight for the perfume counter.
Yes, she is smart enough.
Because that would have been way too obvious.
And she doesn't even ask her father.
Right.
She just makes Emery Battis do it.
Right.
Because she has no idea that her father is testing the new girls out. Because I'm sure she expects... Now, does she know at this point that her father owns One-Eye Jacks? I think she does. She does know that.
She might be suspicious.
Yeah, but I also think she thinks, well, my dad's married to my mom.
Right.
So
she probably knows her dad cheats around.
Yeah, but that's what I think is weird. I mean, this guy is the richest guy in town. He's apparently having affairs all over the town. Why does he need the horse?
Right.
I don't get it.
Well, he's having sex with Catherine because he wants to use her for the insurance money. Well,
yeah, he and Catherine are using each other.
Right.
She has her agenda, he has his agenda. God, the wallpaper in this town is terrible.
Well, it was the 90s, remember?
But this is like 70s, like way too loud wallpaper. Wallpaper was a thing, man. It's like people wanted to really mac out their houses and they didn't necessarily want to buy artwork.
And then everybody that moved in the houses after them have to scrape that crap off and put up something painted.
Yeah. Oh, and I love how these files, they're organized by pet name, not by person name. So they have like no idea how to find something. They're looking for like...
Oh, Gordon's back on the phone.
Made by a minor bird. Charles, when did you move to Columbus?
1992.
Okay. Back in the 80s?
Yep.
At the old COSI?
Right.
Lived Mickey the Minor Bird. He was one of my favorite things.
Right. fax paper. I remember you.
Oh, the really curly stuff that was...
That one that curled up, and you're just
and if you like set your coffee cup too close to it, it would black out.
Right.
Because it was heat sensitive.
I love how Andy pronounces Renault as Renault.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Renault, whatever.
Yep. I remember thinking that when I was a kid, there was there's a brand of car called Renault.
Why is this guy here? They're playing night tennis. This guy is in a ski mask playing night tennis.
Maybe it's some sort of bizarre...
I don't know.
Maybe they're wagering on something.
I mean, if it was really cold, I get it. But, if it's that cold that you have to wear a ski mask, why are you playing night tennis?
Maybe it's like a Bobby Riggs type of hustle where, I can play tennis against a sheep with one arm. Like I can play tennis with my...
Oh, Bobby jumps out a window.
Yes, he's planting evidence in Jacques Renault's apartment.
I would have laughed if he broke his ankle there.
I don't know, though, because right here he's trying to get the cops to find the bloody shirt of Leo's.
Right, to set up Leo, I know. But...
So, I'm fine with him getting a clean getaway on that.
Cops, filmed on location in Twin Peaks.
What is that horrible, horrible clown painting? Look at that.
I know.
What is that?
I have no idea.
What is with the artwork in
Well, remember, this place also has a copy of Flesh World.
Well, yeah, this is Jacques' apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And it's an apartment, so I can understand Jock maybe didn't pick that wallpaper, but he picked that clown picture, by God.
At least Jock is, like, consistent with his horrible bad taste.
Oh, he's disgusting.
Yeah. Little red Corvette.
Oh. And here we find out that Benjamin Horne is in bed with every criminal in the entire city.
Pull his ponytail. Pull it. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. He is part of every criminal enterprise in this entire town.
All roads lead to Ben Horne.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Chicken feed drug transactions.
Right. Look, you're awful cute with your lemonade stand and all, but I've got, like, bigger things on,
I've got things going on here. Bernard, yes.
Yep. The first of the Renault brothers to die.
Yep.
So
I couldn't remember if he was Bernard or Bertrand.
It's Bernard, yeah. That was the one that was at the
bad
house,
accent,
right?
Yeah. With his, like, Canadian Cajun accent that he had.
Yeah, with his, like, silly accent, outrageous accent, you silly king.
Well, it's one thing to do a bad French accent, but it's another one to be, like, Canadian Cajun. I mean, that one's fascinating to me.
It was weird.
Yeah. So.
Let's just, we'll leave some stuff here.
Maybe a little bit of money. I don't know. Yeah, so shit's about to go down in Twin Peaks. It's terrible. So yes, Donna has now told James that Mrs. Palmer somehow knows about the necklace, so they're going to dig it up, but it's gone.
Yeah, because she told you it was gone. Somebody took it.
Who took
the vision was true.
Who took the necklace?
Oh, you think somebody saw you? You think? They just randomly came around and dug up your necklace.
What is with this town that people are just going out in the woods in the middle of the night to do basic crap?
Dr. Jacoby's always walking around the woods at night, so.
Your guys just do that?
It's Bob! Run, Xan, run, it's Bob!
He's horrifying. He's just the worst. There are a few things that I can't see on film or television. And Bob is one of them. Yeah. it's like Bob, the Wicked Witch from Snow White, the Shining Twins.
Oh, the Shining Twins freak you out too?
Oh, I can't handle the Shining Twins. I can't even handle them.
You're going to have to give me a list so I don't, show something and scare you and traumatize you.
Those are about it. Yeah, everything else I've been able to, grow up and handle, but for some reason those stories just still get to me. I remember watching Snow White when I was a little girl, and I was so scared of that Wicked Witch, I hid under the bed until my mom unplugged the television.
Wow. And so James and Donna are making out again because,
making out in a pile of dirt.
Laura's murder is such a turn-on.
Well, it's more to it than that. They realized that all this time they were the ones falling in love. See, that's just ridiculous. You taxidermy the hooves of the thing and make it hold the gun.
This weird goat thing on the wall.
Yeah, it's like the whole gun that it killed it with. It's not nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Josie. Just a 50-foot woman back there. Oh, yeah. All these old telephones. Yeah, he's still in Jock's apartment. Why is he calling her from Jock's
I'm breaking up. I'm losing you, Harry.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Maybe we can settle up at the drive-in.
Right.
Oh, this is just weird.
These two are such an odd pairing.
They're so adorable, but it's just a little bit strange at how in love with his sister-in-law he is.
And Pete is just the only person that Josie is really nice to.
Well, it's also the only person that's nice to Josie.
Right.
I mean, Josie's nice to Harry, but
but she's lying to him.
Yeah, she's lying to him, but she's nice to him. She's lying to him to sort of keep him out of her life.
Well, because he's the local sheriff, so she's using him.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think she's using him. I don't think she's using him.
And she's wearing sexy lingerie.
That's just in your brain now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
But she's at least at home making a sandwich. It's not like she's at a diner making a sandwich.
Right. This is true.
No,
Good
I really
point.
don't think Josie is using Sheriff Truman. I think she does truly love him, and I think he's like the ultimate 180 from her previous life. You know, he
Let's give
does,
it a run at the money.
yeah, he does actually care for her. Uh-oh,
I like how Pete crushes on Josie.
that's just weird, but it's kind of adorable.
It's adorable. He's not like in a pervy way because he doesn't do
yeah,
anything.
it's inappropriate a couple of reasons. You know, he's so much older and she's his sister-in-law, but still.
Well, it's just like she
Dun, dun,
makes me a sandwich.
dun.
You're my kind of gal.
Yep.
Oh man, I hate art mail.
The dominant meaning Hank Jennings.
Is this like a Domino's pizza ad? What?
Even if it's really bizarre. Clocks and bell jars.
This is like the Batman TV show with this angle here.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's like, yes, Commissioner Gordon.
Oh,
It's like right out of '60s Batman.
Yeah. So now we know that she's also mixed up in pretty much every criminal
And
enterprise.
he's like sucking. He's sucking on the domino.
Yeah, see, she doesn't want this life anymore. She likes her simple life, making sandwiches for Pete and going out with the sheriff. I think she's feeling.
That's it. That's her agenda.
Yeah, I don't think she's using Harry. I think he's attractive to her because she can get away from that type of life.
Yep. That's our episode, everybody.
Yes, that's our episode.
So thanks for watching that along with us, hopefully. And so another great episode. And Zane, what did you think about this episode? Do you have any final thoughts before we give our ratings?
I like this episode because I think it reveals a lot of things. I think it gets a lot of balls rolling. We find the one-armed man. We find out that the necklace actually was taken. That wasn't just a vision. We find out who's in bed with whom, metaphorically and criminally speaking.
Right.
So I think while this episode is a middle episode, and those can tend to be something you have to slog through to get to.
It's not really filler because it does move things along.
Right. It moves things along really, really well. I think it does a really, really good job with that. Yeah. So I like this one. And it makes you interested to come back because, are they going to kill Leo? Is Leo going to get framed for this shirt thing? What's going to happen? All this. I mean, there are a lot of questions, and you want to know, okay, so he's in bed with Catherine about the mill, but then he's going to have Leo burn it down. And
yeah, I mean, Ben is all over the place in this episode.
Ben is all over the place, and you have no idea. And this episode, to me, starts. Leo still looks really good for this murder, but you start really getting suspicious of Benjamin Horne.
Right.
Because Benjamin Horne is okay with killing people who get into his business.
And it's interesting because Ben ends up as one of the final suspects before the big Bob revelation. Yes, he does end up as one of the final suspects. And you start realizing that there's a lot of problems that are going to start coming Josie's way. Right. So, again, the owls are not what they seem in this episode, and I think it does a really good job of moving that along. Right. Definitely. Yeah, I totally agree. All right. So what's your rating for this one? 9 out of 10 staring llamaas. You really liked it. I think at least 2 points are given to that llama. Okay. And you took my rating. I was going to go 8. Sorry. I was going to go interrupting llamas. Well, but then I will. No. You're good. You're good. You're good. Interrupting llamas, and I'll take 9 out of 10 mom tattoos. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I was good. I gave it 8.5 out of 10, so we're pretty close. It's pretty close. Yep. We're pretty close. Another good one. So, good job. So, Robert Engels just kind of moving things right along. So that's good job, sir. Yep. So next time on Ghostwood, we're obviously going to move right along to episode 6, a.k.a. episode 7. Episode 6, the 7th episode. Right. This one, Cooper's Dreams. But we already had Cooper's Dream, so we're not sure why this episode is called that, but we'll find out. That's again, keeps you coming back, doesn't it? Exactly. So, unfortunately, we haven't got any feedback this time. So everybody, summertime. It is. You're busy. Yeah. Still like to know what everybody thinks of our our little our
Our commentary.
yeah, commentators. Thank you. I'm sorry, my brain is just clogged with sinus problems, so like I can't think, which is not great for a podcast. I know. So yeah, let us know what you think of our commentaries, guys, because we'd love to hear from you. We're dying to know what you think of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you'd like to do that, again, you can reach us at GhostwoodCast on the Twitter machine. Ghostwoodpodcast at gmail.com. The
The
Gmail.
Gmail.
The Gmail.
Speaking of that,
Yes.
have you seen the Kickstarter for the Trogdor the Burninator
I saw
board game?
something. I saw a Twitter post about it
I think I'm going to have to
from
contribute
the
to that.
official Strongbad account.
Yes, I think I'm going to have to contribute to that so I can have that game.
I'm sure a lot of people are.
Oh, so great.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Totally worth it. Yeah, if you're a Homestar Runner fan, yeah, you definitely want to check that out.
And you would if you understand why we say a Gmail,
The Gmail.
then you would be for sure.
Gmail. The
The
Gmail.
Gmail.
Yep. Strongbad. All right, and also you can reach us on Facebook at Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks Podcast. We get a lot of some feedback there once in a while, but haven't gotten any in here in a couple weeks. So we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a line.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's summertime. You should be like lounging around, and you're like, hey, pick up your phone and go like, oh, Ghostwood. Yeah, I should write these guys.
Send us a drawing. Send us your best drawing of a domino piece.
Yeah, not Bob, because Xan will freak out.
Well, no, don't send that.
Even if it looks like Jared Leto.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know if you ever saw the Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Jared Leto earned every ounce of that Oscar he got.
Right.
He is still Jordan Catalano, and he is always going to be Jordan Catalano. It's going to take a lot for me to not see Jordan Catalano when I see Jared Leto.
Well, what about Blade Runner 2049? He was really good in that.
He was really good in that, but he was horrible.
Yeah, well, he was a bad guy.
He was still, like, really, really horrible. You're like, could anybody be worse than, like, Roy Batty? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, when he's cutting that replicant open, like a... Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah. I have
like fresh out of the bag, and he just stabs her because, hey, I'm bored.
I have ways off-world to show you what pain truly is. Oh dear God. Yes. He's and that is how I took us to 9 new worlds. He's crazy. He's psychotic.
And he's megalomaniacal.
Yes, he's horrible. I think he's great in that, but
right.
He's always going to creep me out a little bit. He's still Jordan Catalano.
And he looks like Bob.
He's
the beard, when he's bearded and he has his beard and he has his long, scraggly hair. Yeah.
I don't think so. He's a little better looking.
Well, and his hair's younger, so it doesn't have all that gray on gray.
Honestly, I think the thing about Jared Leto is I think he could be an Olsen twin. I think he has that look about him. So I think he's always, even with a big beard, he's going to look like a little kid. I mean, he doesn't, even as the Joker, he doesn't scare me.
No, he doesn't. Well, he wasn't scary as the Joker.
He was definitely psychopathic, but yeah, he's not a scary guy to me. He's still, I mean, he's just that asshole good looking guy from high school that you hated yourself for loving, basically.
Right. All right. So, reach us on the Facebook and, of course, Twitter and the Gmail.
The
Gmails. We'd love to hear from you. So, as for me, I'm at Charles Skaggs on the Twitter machine, at Charles Skaggs on the Instagram. Yeah, I know I'm going first. I'm throwing you off.
No, go ahead.
Google Plus for all you crazy kids in the Google Plus. And Facebook, of course, at Charles Skaggs in Hilliard, Ohio. And my blog of geeky things, if I get the thing here. Damn good coffee. And hot. Damn good coffee and hot, where I talk about all kinds of Twin Peaks news that comes out, or, of course, comics and sci-fi news. I posted a lot of stuff from San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend.
Charles?
So, yeah?
I would like to thank you for talking about comics during San Diego Comic Con.
I know, right? What a concept.
I appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah, like we get casting news, and I'd be like, well, hey, this character first appeared in this comic,
Yeah.
written, created by this writer, this artist, and yep, that's what I do. I do my homework.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're actually talking about comics
right
during the comic convention, because we don't
see
that very often.
I'm so weird. Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're welcome, as always, and hopefully everybody out there as well, because we had a lot of cool comic news and trailers and all that stuff. So the new DC Universe service, the first trailer for Titans, and all that. So yep, I'm already subscribed to that, by the way.
Oh, really?
So, yes,
cool.
I am. So
excellent.
Yeah, it was like they give you 15 months for $79.99.
That's not bad.
Because it breaks down to like $6.49 a month, which is not bad at all.
No, that's not bad at all.
So so you might want to consider the year subscription if you want to check out all the other shows that are going to be on there, like Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol and all that. So
I forgot about Swamp Thing.
Yeah, new Swamp Thing series.
That should be interesting. I mean,
Stargirl they announced. So
no Adrienne Barbeau, but I'm sure it's going to be a good series.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there was the that '90s series, right, where Dick Durock reprised Swamp Thing for the TV show.
Yeah, who else was in that? I forget.
I want to say Heather Locklear, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I can't remember. I wasn't that into the show, but I'm probably going to check out the new Swamp Thing show.
Okay. Makes sense.
So, check it out. So, and we're, of course, going to talk about that on the Phantom Zone podcast. See how I segued that nicely? That I do with Karen Lindsay.
I figured that's where you were going. So.
Yep. And, of course, all the other comic book shows, we'll talk about that there, because that's what we do on the Phantom Zone podcast. And then, of course, my other podcasts, the award-winning Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast that I do with Jesse Jackson, and Titan Talk, the Titans podcast that we do with Jesse Jackson. And, hey, now we got a trailer to dissect, so we'll talk about that. And finally getting some information about the show, so that's cool. It won't be too long before we actually get the show, so that'd be cool to talk about.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
So, and how about you, Xan? Where can they reach you on the interwebs?
I am on the Twitters and on the Instagrams as Udinax19, which again is Xanadu spelled backwards.
Right.
And that's the best way to find me. And I'm also, of course, reachable through the Ghostwood Facebook page. Yeah,
where you're shitposting Twin Peaks stuff on our Ghostwood.
Some of them are just too good. I can't help it.
They are good. You do post some. You post some really good stuff there. I'm glad you do that.
The ones that make me laugh out loud are the ones that I want to share with everybody. Look, these are just amazing.
So you really should be following our Facebook page because Xan posts a lot of good stuff there.
Yep, I try, and anything that's tangentially Twin Peaks related, I try to post.
Or David Lynch, or what have you. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and of course, and news things like how Billy Zane is going to Horror Hound.
Right.
Stuff like that we all need to know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We need the heads up. So yeah.
What if Billy Zane is in 4 episodes of Twin Peaks, and I'm all like, yay, Twin Peaks people.
It's Xan, he was a guest star.
Yeah, I don't care.
Doesn't matter. It's Billy Zane.
I would meet those. I would meet those Invitation to Love people too. I don't even care. Then Billy Zane is still Zane. So
yeah. Coming to Wizard World Columbus, it's Chet.
Chet and Emerald in their first convention appearance.
No, if you got Emerald there, you got to have Jade, right? So
you can't have one.
You can't separate the two. Yep. Can't have one without the other.
What is that?
Because they're cousins.
No, that's not what that is. That was
it's not?
No, that's a commercial.
No, what is it?
It's Love and Marriage.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. From Married with Children. Yeah. The Frank Sinatra song. I know it's a Frank Sinatra song, but they used it primarily in Married with Children. I'm trying to make a reference that people might actually get. Yeah. So yeah.
Hipsters like Sinatra, don't they?
Well,
That's still a thing.
I guess so. Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
So we'll see you here in 2 weeks for Cooper's Dreams. In the meantime, hopefully I'm going to have nasal surgery so I don't sound like crap on our podcast anymore.
Yes. Good luck with the surgery, Charles. I hope that goes well, and I hope you'll heal quickly enough for us to talk. So that'll be great.
Breathing and oxygen would be good. Just saying.
Breathing and oxygen are extremely underrated, I think.
Yeah. So I know how bad I sound. So hopefully I get something taken care of with that. So thanks for everybody's patience with that. And we'll see you in a couple weeks, guys, because we obviously have more Twin Peaks to talk about. We're getting closer to the season 1 finale. So things are going to be ramping up rather quickly.
Heck yes, they are.
We're in for some good episodes. So come on back, y'all, because we're going to talk more Twin Peaks right here on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. Bye, everybody.
Doppelganger.